Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Mills. I'm back with another video. So if this is your first time stumbling into my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by. This video is for people who are coming in here as residents or are residents of Brazil, be it temporarily or permanently, and they come in with kids that are under 12 years old and they want to enroll these kids or enroll their children into school. So stay tuned. Recently, people coming here as temporary residents, be it for work, be it for study, or as permanent residents, and coming with children that are less than 12 years old, and those children have to go to school. So I'm just going to tell you how you can enroll your child into their Brazilian educational system. I've already done many videos on how you can enroll into Brazilian universities or how you can get scholarship in Brazilian universities. Now, when it comes to early education or primary education in Brazil, it's quite easier and less stressful. I'm going to start first with the different educational levels in Brazil. If your child is under 14 years old, then your child is either in a preschool or in the primary level. I'm going to break them down. It first of all starts with what we call the daycare or creche. This starts from 0 years to 3 years. Then we have the preschool, which starts from 4 years to 5 years. Then you have the primary education, which is divided into two, which is fundamental 1. Okay, they call it Ensino Fundamental 1. Then you have their Ensino Fundamental 2, which is the middle school. It is from ages between 6 to 14, which is 9 years. And then for the Ensino Médio, which is the high school, 15 to 17 years old. Okay, then you can get into the university at 18 years. I'm going to focus more on daycare, preschool, and primary school. There are different types of educational institutions or educational schools. You have the public education, you have the private education, and the private education can also include international schools, but all of them have the same system. My focus is more on the public sector because in Brazil, 70% of the enrollment of children or kids under 12 are enrolled in the public sector, and this is very good and reasonable because it is actually free. In Brazil, we have only 2 semesters, and the first semester usually starts from February until June, which is 5 months, and then they have a break in July, and the next semester starts in August until December, where they have the Christmas breaks that last for 2 or 3 months, depending on the school. Some schools will start in February, some other schools start in March, and maybe some international schools who want to also follow their curriculum of maybe it's a British school, it's a Canadian school, an American school, they want to follow the curriculum. But that's how the time frame runs in Brazil, in most of the states, not all, right? Whether you're a temporary resident or a permanent resident, education is free, means that you pay nothing. The good thing about Brazil is that you can enroll your child into the daycare as early as 1 month old. So if you're actually working or you're actually going to school and you have a 1 month old baby, you can enroll this baby into the daycare. They call it creche. It's very easy and straightforward. The first step is just to go to Google. Because of the area where you are, I can never determine the different schools in Brazil because there are many schools in Brazil. For example, I'm living in Florianopolis. You need to search on the schools that are very close to you. It is easy and straightforward. Now, if your child is in a preschool, you just want to type on Google, preschool near me. A list of it is going to appear. If it's a private school, it's going to show there that private institution. So maybe you want to put public preschools near me. It's going to show you a series of them, starting with the nearest one and descending in that order. Maybe you want to write the list of schools down and you start checking. Most of them will have websites. You can open the websites, check how the school looks like, and so on. So if it's the primary school, you want to type public primary schools near me. The next thing you want to do is you take your child with you, and when you're going with your child, the most important things you have to take is the child's birth certificate. If the child is a resident here, you want to take the child's resident card as well as your own resident card, depending on the status that you have in Brazil. If your child is Brazilian, then only the birth certificate, and that's it. If you're on student visa, you're still a temporary resident. If you're on work visa, you're still a temporary resident. So you just want to take the temporary resident card with you, and you go to that school, the closest one. All of them actually have the same system, but you just need to go to the closest one. Now, when you go to the school, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to register your child. Depending on the school, maybe they're going to give you the link, okay, to register the child. They're going to register your child into the system, and the next thing is they're going to check if there's availability or there's vacancy, because there's a certain amount of children that they take for each group, all right? Just like I said before, the school terms go into that order, but it doesn't matter whichever month that you get that is during the school period. If there is vacancy at that time, they're still going to enroll your child. So it doesn't matter their school academic time, if they've already started school or not, it doesn't matter. If there's vacancy, they're going to call you in. If there's no vacancy, then they're going to tell you to go and wait. When there's vacancy, they're going to call your child to begin. Most of the schools always have vacancies, especially for younger kids, because most of the times nursing mothers want to stay until 6 months before enrolling their children, right? When they enroll your child into the school, they're going to tell you the things that you're going to do. Maybe if your child diapers, you're going to bring diapers and so on. They're going to tell you what to do. In some places like in Sao Paulo, someone told me in that daycare or in the preschool, they don't ask for diapers, which is very good. They teach them a lot of things. They give the children feedback at the end of every course. They engage them into activities. It's very good. It's very good to enroll your child into school as early as possible. When you just get in and you get your residency in place, you just enroll your child. Start immediately. Public schools are free. Like I said, you don't need to pay any tuition, but you need to take care of your transportation to that place. So it's very important for you to find a school that is very close to you. In Brazil, there are 2 times you can study. You can study in the morning or you can study in the afternoon. Or in some states, it's just full time. Full time means the morning and evening period put together, which is cool. Like 7:30 to 7 p.m., 7:30 to 5 p.m. Others will be like 7:30 to 1. That is the morning period, and then you have 1 to 5. That is the afternoon period. So it's depending also on the level of which your child is. They're also going to ask you a lot of things like maybe food, what does your baby eat? Now the good thing is that they also eat in school and so on. So if you're coming to study or you're coming to work or you're coming to live permanently and you're doubting how your child is going to go to school, your child can go to any public school, and this is free of charge. And this is very cool because if you're going to school maybe during the morning period, you can enroll your child during the morning period. If you're going to school during the evening period, you can also enroll your child during the evening period for those who have kids and both parents are working and they don't know where to keep their child during this time. I'm also going to put a link to a sample of the online registration that you can enroll your child, but this goes if you have a Brazilian child. But if you don't have a Brazilian child, it's very important for you to go to the school. You know how they're going to enroll your child into the system. You can also try to check out the private schools. If you want private schools, they pay monthly, but it's really expensive, and most of the private schools are bilingual, means that your children will learn Portuguese and English. But I prefer that they should go to a public school because all the public schools are Portuguese speaking schools, all right? So Portuguese is the only language, and it's cool because when they go to school they will learn Portuguese, and when they come at home they'll learn English, which will make them to easily adapt faster. Talking about the documents that they'll be needing, the school is going to tell you the documents that you'll be needing. It's not too much. I think your baby's birth certificate and your baby's document as well, if you're not a Brazilian. If you're working, you just want to show that you're working. If you're not working, you also want to prove that you're not actually working. Both parents, if you're a single parent, then you submit only your own documents. If your child is younger, like if your child is in preschool or the nursery sector, you also want to make sure your child has updated the vaccines. If you're from out of Brazil or your child is a foreigner, you also have to make sure that if your child is less than 4 years old or less than 5 years old, that your child has the vaccine book and has all the updates of all the different vaccines. If your child doesn't have the updated vaccines, very easy and straightforward. Just go to the closest medical center and you take the vaccines for free. You get a certificate and then you show it, and that's it. Very easy and straightforward, and your child starts school. You're here in Brazil on permanent residency and you have a child that is younger than 10 years old with a permanent residency, then your child can apply for naturalization. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be willing to respond to them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get updated each time I upload a video. In that same light, ciao.